Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It is 10:50. Holy hell. 10:58 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. How you guys doing? So I put up a little cartoon video that I actually created and everything. It could be a series of them, just a way to thank you guys. It's really goofy and weird, but so is this channel, right? So, man, getting some great comments and great feedback doing Diamond Mine baseball. All these years, just kind of relegating it out to the back. So, gonna be doing a lot more. Hey, Philip Reynolds, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hope all is well with you. I guess you still never received my email, so I know we keep missing each other. What's the deal, Philip? We got to fix that up, man. We got to fix that up. So, Diamond Mind Baseball. Happy Monday to Samuel Smith. Samuel Smith leaving in the comments. Boy, I got to spend more money. I got to do a little cartoon video just for Sam. Just for Sam. About him making me spend money. So you're going to see more of those little short videos that I just, again, posted a few minutes ago. It's really corny, really stupid, but using a very, very, very powerful piece of software to create these things. So kind of fun, kind of fun. But so thank you. Yeah, I would love to chat as well, Philip. We'll have to figure this out here so we can just get you on here because StreamYard allows you to do like we can just talk privately. It never goes live. So little secret there for anybody who didn't know that about StreamYard. Now you do. So we've been playing in the all-time greats players, Volume 1, Volume 2, mainly Volume 1. But if you guys are in the mood, I can change this to more modern. Of course, it looks nothing like. Well, no, not really. I don't keep my hair like tied in a ponytail. But it's just fun. I just wanted to create a hippie dude talking, and who knows what it will look like. Yeah, my hair is actually very. It's long. But I'm not in the habit of wearing baseball uniforms and caps. But what the hell? I was thinking about making myself look like a mob hitman or something like that. I'm holding a baseball bat, maybe reminiscent of Al Capone, although I'm not fat. So he's playing out, Al Capone was a big fat dude. I'm not fat. So there you go. There you go. I don't know. Anyhow, so we've been having a lot of fun with this. And I love this game. We are going to get back to our other things that we're doing, the 1911 replay, in baseball for Windows, and the Boston.com tournament on Out of the Park baseball, and I don't know, whatever the hell else I got going on, the Decades League and Action PC and all that. But right now, I'm really on a kick with Diamond Mine Baseball. I just love it. What can I say? What can I say? But anyhow, all those thank yous, and there's going to be more just thanking everybody. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all 659 folks, but I hope so. But definitely want to get the people that do come in here. All right, and I hope that doesn't look like me anyhow, Philip, since it's an animated cartoon that I created. All right, so tonight we're going to see a version of the Chicago White Sox against a version of the Cincinnati Reds. So let's do it. I have no idea what to expect because I didn't review any of these rosters. Let's get into it because aren't we here to just do some baseball? And there's Nate Advocate 8. He's going to make the next video. How you doing there, Nathaniel? You wild man, you. What are we going to do with you, huh? All right. I'm going to kick this up a little bit more so that way I'm not getting breathless, as I'm noticing I am. All right. So we are in Crosley Field, and it looks like we're going to be seeing a team here from the late 50s, early 60s for Cincinnati. For Chicago, probably an earlier team. But anyhow, the temperature game time, 73 degrees here in Porkopolis. The wind is blowing out to center at 9 miles per hour. And we have cloudy skies as we get ready to play some baseball on Diamond Mine Baseball. So thanks for hanging out, guys, for those of you that do. All right, let me see. What do we got here? This should be pretty good. I don't do a lot of White Sox on this channel. Nothing against them, but just there you go. All right, so we got Cam, Applegan, Wright, Benura, Reynolds, and Michaels, Krivich, Sullivan, and Thomas for the Chicago White Sox. For the Cincinnati Reds, it's going to be Walker, Fry, McCormick, Goodman, Lombardi, and Riggs, Myers, Kraft, and Rixey. So we got a Hall of Famer pitching today. So it should be a lot of fun. Let's get into it. Willie Cam in the box now, and we are underway. Crosley Field, the dimensions. This is one of the couple or few dead ball parks are actually small. This was not a big field compared to some of the fields we've been playing in. So this one, out to center is 383 feet. So really a small ballpark by dead ball era standards, and even by modern standards, this was a small one. So we'll see if we get some home runs jacked out of here today. Not seeing a lot of power here, but let's do it. Let's have some fun. I'm glad you're doing well, Nathaniel. Yes, I am. All right, here we go. And Epirixie ready to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crosley Field. All right, South Pike Epirixie will start for Cincinnati, and here's the visitors' leadoff man, Willie Cam. He's 2 for 11 on the year so far, and we are ready to go. The 0-2 delivery from Rixey. This one hit through the box under the glove of Rixey and on into center for a hit. So Chicago White Sox not wasting any time, leading off with a single. So Willie Cam, he's a good runner if the ball's put in play, but just an occasional threat to steal. All right, here's a Hall of Famer now. Luke Appling, old aches and pains, the shortstop for the Chicago White Sox in the box. He is 5 for 14 on the season. Rixey steps off, throws to first. Cam dives head first. The tag by McCormick, and he is safe. So close play there. Willie Cam gets up, dusts himself off, and we're ready to go again. Cam being held at first, the pitch to Appling, and Appling is sacrificing, bunted toward the mound. Rixey pounces on it and throws to Myers, covering second in time. So no sacrifice, actually. It looked like a fielder's choice. All right, here's Taffy Wright now. Bats in the third slot. He's a right fielder here for the Chicago White Sox. He is 2 for 12 on the year. Rixey eyes Appling. The full count pitch, and ball 4, and that was a close pitch. It may have had the corner, and Rixey is not happy as there are now 2 men on. So 1 away, and here's Zeke Bonura. All right, here's the next pitch by Epirixie. Ground ball right at third. Riggs with the backhanded grab to Fry at second for 1 for the force on right, but they can't get 2 here. So Fry just holding on to the ball. All right, runners at the corners and 2 down for the Chicago White Sox. And the 1-2 pitch to Carl Reynolds, and a shot right back to Epirixie, and he spears it and throws it to first for the out. So the White Sox leave 2, including leaving a man just 90 feet away. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The White Sox nothing, and the Reds coming to bat. All right, so Kurt Walker leading off here. On the mound for the Chicago White Sox, Tommy Thomas. The 1-2 delivery to Walker, grounded to the right of the mound. Michaels far to his right has it, the second baseman, and he goes to Zeke Bonura at first in time. Nice play out there by Michaels. Score that one 4-3. 1 away now for Lonnie Fry. Play protection here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A check swing and an appeal, and Fry is rung up. Not much doubt about that one. So Thomas picking up the strikeout, and here's Frank McCormick now. First baseman batting in the number 3 slot here for the Cincinnati Reds. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thomas pitches to McCormick. Swung on, ripped to center, and Krivich closing ground on it, but it falls in for a hit. So these teams now tied in hit as Eval Goodman is at the plate. Batting cleanup left fielder for the Cincinnati Reds. Thomas goes to first. McCormick is back. And Thomas quickly to first. And this one is a bad throw, but blocked nicely by Zeke Bonura as McCormick gets back in safely. So good play there. Runners advance, or the runner advances on that one if Bonura doesn't stay and corral that ball right in front of him. All right, Thomas now works from the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. There's a little blooper to shallow center, and Krivich has it measured up and catches it to retire the side. We go to the top of the second. No score and tied in runs, hits, and errors. All right. We got Cass Michaels here, number 6 hitter, due up for the Chicago White Sox. He is 2 for 8 on the year. The 0-2 pitch from Epirexi, and swinging a high fly to right center. Kraft is after it in center field, and he makes a great catch over there, a little over the shoulder action. So 1 down now, and here's Mike Krivich, center fielder for Chicago. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Krivich out in front of this one, just what Rexy wanted him to do, and he pops out to Lonnie Fry at second. So 2 up, 2 down for the Chicago White Sox here in the top of the second inning. And here is Billy Sullivan Jr. He is only 1 for 11 on the year. Rixey on the rubber, 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on and grounded to deep short. In front of it is Myers, sets himself and throws Sullivan out. Score that one 6-3. So 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here at Crosley Field, Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's the schnoz, Ernie Lombardi now at batting in the number 5 slot. Thomas looks in, 1 ball, 1 strike on Lombardi, and here's the pitch. Lombardi really clubs this one left field and deep. Reynolds in full retreat, and he takes it right at the track. So again, small ballpark out there. So surprised not to see a home run. Lombardi came close there. All right, here's Lou Riggs now. Hot corner man, 1-1 delivery. This one hit in the air into short right center field. Center fielder Krivich slices in and takes it for the out. So 2 down now, and here's Billy Myers. Billy Myers, the shortstop here for the Cincinnati Reds. 2-2 offering, and this one ripped to the alley and left. This one gets down for a hit. Now Myers is trying for 2. Good throw's going to get him, but he's in under the bounce. All right, so 2-away runner in scoring position for Cincinnati, and that brings up Harry Kraft. And they're going to put him on with first base open as Thomas delivers ball 4. So Kraft will amble down to first base. And smart decision. Here's the pitcher, Epirexi, batting with 2 down. Can he help himself right here? 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch from Tommy Thomas, and Rixey checks the swing. Sullivan motions the first base umpire. The ump says he went too far, and that is indeed strike 3. So quiet inning. We go to the top of the third. White Sox and Reds are tied, and I realize in this game there might be a lot of names that people don't know, quite a few I don't know, but always good to highlight players and see them play in a manner of speaking. Epirexi, we have featured before in the channel. We may feature him again. Hall of Fame pitcher. All right, Southpaw ready to deal now. And here is Tommy Thomas, the pitcher. This one hitting the air out to Walker and right. Walker camps under it, and he has it 1 away. We'll go to the top of the order again for Willie Cam. Cam, the third baseman, singled his last time up. Epirexi is ready, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Rixey kicks and delivers. Hard hit ball to second. No trouble for Lonnie Fry, and he will go to Frank McCormick on the 4-3 putout. 2 up, 2 down now for old aches and pains. Luke Appling. Rixey on the rubber, Hall of Famer versus Hall of Famer. 1-2 pitch. Rixey lets it go. And Appling ricks a curveball into right center. Long run for Walker, and he will get there with that ball coming back to him off the right-hander's bat. So, moving quickly, we go to the bottom of the third. Still no score here in Cincinnati. And Kurt Walker leading things off. We're at the top of the order for the Cincinnati Reds. This goes quickly. We'll do a modern baseball game after this. Kurt Walker to face Thomas now. Grounded out in the first. 2-1 pitch elevated by Krivich into center. A lot of room to roam out there. And handles it for the first out. So indeed, it goes to 383. So I guess you could say Krivich has some room to maneuver. All right. Lonnie Fry for the second time today. Struck out against Thomas earlier. Thomas stares in. Full count on the way. Thomas comes home. And this one, ball 4. So Fry will take a walk down to first base. And Frank McCormick now up to bat. McCormick has a hit in this game. Nickname of Buck, 1-for-1 with a base hit. Pitch is on the way. Fry is off and running, and this one fouled off by McCormick. So slapping it down on the ground and then back to the backstop. So a double foul. All right, McCormick back in the box. Let's see if Fry goes again. Thomas eyes Fry. 2-2 pitch, and it is on its way. And there's a base hit just over the head of Zeke Bonura at first, and Fry will speed on to third. So the Cincinnati Reds, runners at the corners, 1 away for Eval Goodman. Batting in the number 4 slot, nothing a 1 on Goodman. Thomas offers. And this one, a slow roller, hugging the third base line. Thomas is off the mound, barehands it, turns and throws to first. Not in time. The fleet-footed Goodman beats the ball to the bag. Lonnie Fry will come in to score. Frank McCormick moves up to second. And the Cincinnati Reds taking an early 1-0 lead here in the home half of the third inning. All right, here is Ernie Lombardi. Schnoz drove in Carl Reynolds last time up. The 2-2 pitch, and Lombardi with a shot to left center. Not well hit, but in the gap. Reynolds cuts it off as McCormick scores, and on to third goes Goodman. And holding it first with a long single is Schnoz Lombardi. So 2-0 Cincinnati here in the bottom of the third. Only 1 out. Eval Goodman just 90 feet away at third. Lombardi at first for Lou Riggs. Lou Riggs 1-for-1. So Chicago needing 2 to get out of this. 2 balls and a strike. Thomas works home and popped him way up to the right of second. Michaels takes charge and catches it for out number 2. Infield fly roll in effect, so Goodman is going to stay camped there at third. Billy Myers now at the plate. Right-handed hitter doubled his first time up. And here's the pitch to Myers. Little ground ball off to the left. Thomas off the mound. Scoops it. Now juggles it and drops it. Gets it back. Throws quickly. And just in time. Bang, bang play. Score that one 1-3. And that ends the third, but Cincinnati picks up 2 big runs. So we head to the top of the fourth here at Crosley Field. It's 2-0 in favor of the Reds using the All-Time Great Players Volume 1 in Diamond Mine Baseball. All right. It's going to be Taffy Wright, Zeke Bonura, and Carl Reynolds due up for the Pale Hose here, the visitors' half of the fourth inning. So right in the box now, walked his last time up. The 3-1 pitch on the way to right. Here is the delivery. Hit hard in the ground between first and second. Fry dives, but it's through into right field. So Chicago picking up its second hit of the game right aboard for Zeke Bonura. Right-hander hit into a force play last time at the plate. 1-0 pitch on the way. And this one is hit well. Could be trouble. It's up against the right field wall and caught by Walker. So doff of the cap from Epirixi to Walker out there in right field for out number 1. And here is Carl Reynolds. Reynolds 1 on, 1 out, bounced out back in the first. Rixey from the high set. The count, no balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Rixey pops him up. In foul ground off the third, Riggs comes over, and he runs out of room. This one in the seats. And Philip Reynolds now has himself a souvenir that he can take home with him. He's over there in the third base grandstands. Reynolds back in the box now. And the 1-2 pitch from Epirixi grounded wide of first. And this one's going to get through the hole and into right field for a hit. Taffy Wright is around second, and they're going to flash the stop sign right there. So Chicago with 1 out, 2 on now for Cass Michaels. Bats in the 6th slot. 2-strike delivery from Epirixi. Ripped into right center on a low line. Base hit. And Wright will score all the way from second. And Carl Reynolds will move to third. So runners at the corners. Chicago cuts the Cincinnati lead in half. It's 2-1. And 1 away here for Mike Krivich. Corners in, looking for 2 up the middle. 2-0 pitch. Krivich ahead in the count. And here's the pitch to Krivich, swung on and ripped over third. This one just twisting foul. Krivich back in the box now against Epirixi. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit hard into left field, and Krivich is out. That ball was well hit, but went right to the left fielder. So Goodman making the play in that sinking liner. Carl Reynolds tagging up. Goodman has no shot at Reynolds, and the Chicago White Sox tie it up here in the top of the fourth. So what's has been indicative for a lot of these Diamond Mine games have been, for the most part, some pretty close affairs. We had even a close affair that was 11-9 that ended on an outfield assist. So that was a lot of fun. So it's a little crowd tonight, but good crowd nonetheless. I hope you guys are enjoying a wee bit of Diamond Mine baseball. It's good for you. All right, here's Billy Sullivan Jr. now. Lefty hitter bounced out his last time up. Michaels is being held at first. Here's the pitch from Epirixi. And this one line to center, and Harry Kraft will take charge and glove it for out number 3. But the Chicago White Sox get even, and we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. And it is 2-2. All right, we got Harry Kraft, Epirixi, and then Cass Walker due up. Cass Walker? Not Cass Walker. Carl Walker. We got or Kurt Walker. We got Kurtz and Casses and just about everybody else in here. All right. So intentionally walked back in the second. The 1-2 pitch from Thomas. Kraft swings and misses way out in front of that pitch, and he goes down swinging. All right. So one quick out here, and here's Epirixi. And Walker waits on deck. Epirixi struck out last time up. Thomas running through the signs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thomas works to Rixey. Low curveball grounded back up the middle. Appling picks it over to first. Very close play, and they get him. So score that one 6-3, 2 down. Appling showing why he's a Hall of Famer out there. Superb. You can see that rating right there. Superb center or shortstop. All right, here's Kurt Walker. I'm going to call him Charlie and God knows what else. But anyhow, 2 down here for Cincinnati. Base is empty. Nothing for 2 in the ball game is Kurt Walker. In the box now, and the 1-2 pitch from Thomas. Fastball swung on, letter high and right past him for strike 3. So Thomas throwing some cheese there. Tommy Thomas bringing the gas. All right, we head to the top of the 5th, and it's 2-2 here in Cincinnati. And it will be Tommy Thomas and Willie Cam and Luke Appling due up for the Chicago White Sox. All right, here we go. He flied out to Walker the last time. 2-2 is the count. Rixey pitch is swing and a miss by Thomas. Thomas went too far in an off-speed pitch, and it was up in the zone, and down he goes. So one away back at the top of the order now for Willie Cam. He has a hit in this game. Rixey has the sign, and the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one, a whistling line drive into left field, but right at Eval Goodman, and takes it 2 down. So Goodman catching 2 hard liners. 1 run scored off of him, but Goodman playing some solid left field out there. All right, for Cincinnati, and that brings up Luke Appling, batting with 2 out, and the base is empty here in the top of the 5th. 1-2 delivery, and this one popped high in the air, off to the right side. McCormick waves everyone off, and he gloves it for out number 3. So we are tied as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-2. The line on the White Sox 2-4-0, and for the Cincinnati Reds 2-5-0. All right, here's Lonnie Fry. It'll be Fry, McCormick, and Goodman due up for the Cincinnati Reds. And he walked back in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1 delivery by Thomas. There goes a fly ball to right, and that one is Wright's ball, and indeed it does as he puts it away. All right, Frank McCormick now in the box. McCormick having himself a good day at the plate. 2 for 2 in the ball game. Second pitch to McCormick on the way. Swinging a pop up to shallow left center. Krivich angles in on it, and he hauls it in for out number 2. All right, here's Eval Goodman. 1 for 2. Does have a run batted in this game. bats in the fourth spot, run scoring single back in the third. Thomas peers in, and here's the 1-1 offering. And in on the hands of Goodman, and all he can do is pop it up. And the side is retired as Cam takes it behind third. We go to the top of the sixth. Still 2-2. Hopefully everybody had a good day today. It's been, compared to last spring, very soft spring. Last year here in Pennsylvania, we had a 1 or 2 90-degree days. So far, it's been in the 70s, and that's been glorious. I know we're going to pay for it in July. All right, so we got Taffy Wright, Zeke Benora, and Carl Reynolds due up for Chicago here in the top of the sixth inning. Taffy Wright leading off, as I said, singled off Rixey back in the fourth. The ball 1 pitch, and Wright hits a high pop, shallow right, and second baseman Lonnie Fry waving his arms, and then decides to make the catch. So 1 away now. Here's Zeke Benura. And he flew out last time up. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Grounder toward third. Lou Riggs up with it and throws from even with the bag, and Benura is called out. So 2 away now for Carl Reynolds. So White Sox looking to try to make something happen here and break this tie. He singled back in the fourth inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Rixey gets him looking. Screwball on the outside corner. Reynolds thought it missed, but yeah, he was wrong. So Rixey bringing the old fadeaway to Cubs to Bears. He said, I saw one game at Crosley, maybe 67 or 69. Old, but a lot of character. Good time. Welcome into Cubs to Bears. Such a rare opportunity to see you. Cousin Ken, you made it into my little cartoon video. So just saying. And check your Facebook Messenger. So there you go. The Cubs and Bears, hope you're doing well down there in the Sunshine State. And Cousin Ken up there in the state that at one time had the longest official name for state. It's no longer that long name. You guys should have kept it. I think that was really cool that you had that long name for the smallest state. So you got to get that changed back. All right, it'll be Ernie Lombardi, Lou Riggs, and Billy Myers due up for the Cincinnati Reds here in the bottom of the sixth. Right-handed Lombardi at the plate, run-scoring single last trip. No balls, 1 strike on the schnoz, and here's the next pitch. Grounder between second and third. This one taking a bad hop. Appling reacting nicely to it over to first and gets Lombardi by a couple of steps. So not only is Appling a great shortstop, but having the advantage of having Ernie Lombardi lumbering down the first base line gives you time to deal with, in a very nonchalant way, those bad hops. So 1 away now for Lou Riggs. Lefty in the box, popped out to Michaels his last time up. And here's the pitch from Thomas. This one blooped out behind short into no man's land. And it's Luke Appling show making a great diving catch. So Appling, boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have to we have to feature him some night. We've never featured Luke Appling, and we need to redress that gentleman. All right, here is Billy Myers now. All right, Tommy Thomas looks in, Billy Myers, and he has the sign. Or, I'm sorry, Billy Sullivan. Thomas stares in, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch. This one is well hit into the gap into left center. Off and running is Krivich. He's at the track, and this one is going to go into the seats. Billy Myers goes yard, and Cincinnati will reclaim the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. It's the Reds 3 and the White Sox 2 as Harry Kraft steps in. So they're going wild here at Crosley. And I guess, I don't know if it was, I guess it was still open then in 67 or 68, the Cubs, the Bears. I know that if you out beyond center field at Crosley was the Crescent Tool Company headquarters. So I don't know if that was there then. I guess Crescent Tools were still around in the late 60s, in the summer of love, and they're in 67, or the long hot summer of 68. But I have an image, one of the images I have of Crosley that I use in Baseball for Windows, and you can clearly see the Crescent Tool Company. So that looks so cool out there beyond center field. I wish I could have seen it. Would have been nice. All right, here is Harry Kraft now. And batting with 2 down, bases empty, and a run in for Cincinnati. All right. And Thomas struck him out in the 4th. Here's the ball 1 delivery. This one hit on the ground down the first base line. Benura has it coming in, and he tags first in time for the putout. So 3 unassisted. We head to the top of the 7th. The Reds leading the White Sox 3-2. All right. Here's Cass Michaels. So we're going to have Michaels, Krivich, and Sullivan do up for the White Sox here. Top of the 7th action here on Diamond Mine Baseball. All right, the 1-0 pitch from Epirixi. This one hit hard, way back to left. Raising back is Eval Goodman and pulls it in on the run. Big catch there by Goodman. Chicago trying to tie it up again. So the scoring in this, Cincinnati put 2 on the board in the bottom of the 3rd. Chicago White Sox answered with 2 in the top of the 4th. And then Cincinnati broke the tie at the bottom of the 6th, which you just saw. All right, here's Mike Krivich now. Batting in the 7 hole, Rixey looks in. Ball 1 on Krivich, and here it comes. And that's hit the left center, and it's going to be a problem. A gapper through to the wall, and a double for Krivich. So 1 out, 2 base hit. And here comes Billy Sullivan. So Chicago with an opportunity to tie things up here in the top of the 7th. And we're going to see Bob Kennedy coming in. So a pinch hitter for the Chicago White Sox. Kennedy behind now, 1-2. Epirixi deals. This one, a little looping liner, slicing over toward Walker and right, and he will make the catch after coming in a few steps. So 2 down. Krivich remains at second. Walker too shallow for Krivich to try to advance. Decent speed at second, but not quite enough. And here's the pitcher, Tommy Thomas. Will he hit for himself? He will not. So Don Callaway will be the pinch hitter. Thomas's day is done for the White Sox. Here's the ball 1 pitch. This one hit deep to left center. Kraft is going back, and so is Eval Goodman, and Goodman makes the running catch. So Cincinnati outfield just doing everything right. Mike Tresh, the new catcher, and the new pitcher is Frank Papish. All right, bottom of the 7th. We're actually 7th inning stretch time here in Cincinnati, and the Reds hold a 3-2 edge over the White Sox. Because Bear says we're in the middle of at least 10 days over 90, no rain in sight. Oof, that's a little bit. Isn't that a little hot and a little bit for this time of year in Florida? I mean, should you guys be hitting 90 already? And like this kind of heat wave? Yikes, that's scary. Well, here's to St. Dave Lennox or whoever invented air conditioning. Stay in it, my friend. Stay safe. Because unlike the Southwest, it's not a dry heat down there in the Sunshine State. All right, Mike McCormick due up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So we got us a pinch hitter. All right, Frank Papish. What do we know about Frank Papish here? So a 7-7 record. Again, this uses a kind of peak slice of a player's career. Just trying to get a little sense of him. I really don't know him too well. And if anybody here does, good on ya. Good on you, good on you, good on you. So let me see. Struck out or walked 65 and struck out 97. So not too bad. Gave up 12 dingers. All right. And here we go. The lefty deals 1-1 pitch to McCormick. This ball rolling down toward the bag at first. Benura will wave off Frank Papish, and there is 1 away. So Frank Papish would be happy that we have a new people person. So, okay, so all you remember is the Hoodapal beer sign. Well, if one remembers beer signs, you have your priorities straight. All right. I should bring up that image just to show you to see maybe how familiar that looks to you. So let me do that right now. I'm just because somebody here who saw a game at Crosley. Let's check it out, man. I forget where all the ballparks are stored, but we'll figure it out. So give me 1 second. And public, is it? And documents. Sorry, just trying to find my APA directory. There it is. So let me bring up this image of Crosley to Cubs of Bears, and you can have a look at it. Don't know when it was taken. It looks like 1940s or 1950s. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I got to figure out. There's the ballparks. Yep. All right, now I've got to guess which one is Crosley Field, right? This should be fun. No damn particular order here. So mea culpa here, gentlemen, while I try to find it. Probably an easier way to bring it up to see. There's Forbes. There we go. I think this is it. Oh, no, that's his field effects. Hang on. Jeez. And besides, that's for Riverfront. Jeez, where is it? I really... Because it's such a nice picture of Crosley Field. So, indulgence, I beg you all. Please, indulgence. Is this it? I don't think so. Let me look over here. Nope, wrong one. That's I was looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry. Is this it? But that's not the one I'm talking about. I have like a black and white photo of it. So the naming convention for Baseball for Windows is a bit of a drag. Just thought I would pass that along. Is this it? No, wait a minute. I just brought up the field effects. I don't want that. Is this it? Come on, please be it. You don't want to open? Oh, there it is. Jeez. That's not the one either. That's the new Cincinnati ballpark. So, not giving up yet. I'm not giving up yet. Give me another minute here. Where is it? Because it's such a nice picture of Crosley Field. So the problem isn't the amount of ballparks, it's the way they're named. And I kind of have to guess. Now, if I was in Baseball for Windows, I could probably find it really, really quickly for you. But it's in here. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. I'm a YouTuber, not a baseball architect. Is this it? No, that's not it either. And that's a configuration file. Damn it. I wish they would change this. But this has been hard-coded into the game forever. I'll tell you what. Let's do this a faster way because I could probably find something really quickly here. I'm just curious if this is what you remember. If I know with the beer sign and everything, but Crosley Field, Cincinnati. Let me see. Because I should be able to find something that's close to the picture that I have. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is this will do. All right, let me just. Oh my God, I don't care about mystery discounts. Go away. All right, you may have to squint your eyes a little bit, but right there is the Crescent Tool Company. So this is close. The one I have is a little bit earlier, but here's a picture of Crosley. And you guys can see, again, by dead ball standards, this was a small ballpark when you compare it to some of the other ones that we've been playing in. But there's Crosley. So I don't know if any of this rings a bell or not. So there's the field where we're playing right now. And it seems like it was a thing there for a while to have Longines. I guess they had this thing that they were putting clocks in left field because there was a Longines clock and scoreboard in left field of Forbes Field as well. Anyhow, there's Crosley, guys, for anybody who cares. There it is. And none of this outfield went to 400 feet. So didn't know that till tonight. All right, let's get back to the ball game. So we hold everybody hostage, and I'm looking through pictures trying to find the other one I have is like really clear. All right, here is Carl Walker or Kurt Walker. See, I told you I'd misname him. All right, one away, and Ethan Allen. So he decided to come down from Vermont, take a break from making furniture, and he's going to bat. 1-1 pitch from Papish. This one, pop fly, center field, shallow. And both middle infielders chasing it. Krivich is coming hard, still coming, and he is there and 2 down. So Ethan Allen providing a little bit of infield drama there, and it ends up just safely nestled in a glove. All right, here's Lonnie Fry now. Fry is with a run scored, 0 for 2 at the bat. Easy fly ball to right, last time up the plate. 2-2 pitch on the way from Papish. Swing and a looper to shallow left. Diving attempt. Did Reynolds get it and left? No, he did not. And the ball comes loose, and Fry will have a base hit. So it looks like Reynolds making the game play there. Not charged in error, so we're still a clean game. Lonnie Fry at first, 2 down for Frank McCormick. And McCormick thus far, again, 2 for 3 with a run scored for him for Cincinnati, leading 3-2. And he's at 7 for 11 in this series. Out of the stretch goes Papish, 2-2 offering, swung on and lifted in the air to the left. Reynolds drifts left a bit and takes it to retire the side, and we'll go to the top of the 8th inning. Cincinnati holding on to a 3-2 lead. Junior Thompson is now pitching, and in right field, Ethan Allen. I like how this game gives you the defensive substitutions really quickly. Crosley had the terrace. Yeah, it did. In the center field, that little uphill. Yes. Yeah, I think that's really, really cool that had that. I guess that's probably one of the little quirks or something, because these parks had to fit into their cities and things like that. I'm wondering if what that little terrace, why that was built in. Maybe at one time that was a place, because wasn't it called Redland Field, or was Redland Field different? I don't know. Here I am, of course, asking a Cubs fan these things about the Reds, and I know I really shouldn't do that, but you got to see a game there, so that just I love that. I love that. I want to get somebody in here that's seen a game at Ebbets, and I'll talk their ears off. All right, Willie Cam leads things off here with the top of the order for Chicago White Sox. In the top of the 8th, it'll be Cam Appling and Taffy Wright. What a name. All right, and when I wasn't looking, they sneaked in Junior Thompson here to pitch. Oh, there we go. It's telling me now. Second appearance this year, and he has no record. And here's Willie Cam, and we are ready to go now. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cam. Cam with a smash to right, but there's Ethan Allen. He reaches up and makes the play for the first out. All right, old aches and pains. I want him to do something here, but he's 0 for 3 right now. Thompson toes the rubber. 1-2 pitch to Appling. Appling tries to lay off this one. Lombardi points to the umpire at first. The ump claims Appling crossed the plate, and Thompson will pick up the strikeout. All right, here's Taffy Wright now. Quickly 2 outs here. He has a hit so far today, and here's the payoff pitch. This one hit out to right field, and Ethan Allen gloves it. Side retired. Bottom of the 8th, Cincinnati leads 3-2. When we get to the Chicago 9th, we will have the number 4, 5, 6 hitters due up: Bonura, Reynolds, and Michaels. All right, it'll be Eval Goodman to kick things off here for the Cincinnati Reds, bottom of the 8th. Popped out to third, back in the 5th. Papish has the sign, and here's the delivery. And this one, a line drive by a diving Bonura at first, and this one on into right field. And Goodman will hold there at first. So potential, or a little bit of insurance there potentially on for the Cincinnati Reds. And here comes the schnoz. 1 for 3, and he has a run batted in. The pitch is on the way from Papish, and Lombardi skies one to left center. This one's got some carry, and it is way back. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. A 2-run homer for Ernie Lombardi, his first of the season. 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBI. And Cincinnati has just pulled, I would say, maybe 3/4 of a light year away. It is now 5-2, bottom of the 8th. Nobody out, and here's Lou Riggs. Papish in trouble here. The southpaw looks in and has the sign and ready to deal to Lou Riggs, who popped out to Appling last time. Here's the pitch from Papish. Little tapper on the left side, and Papish comes off the mound up with it, but throw is too late. He had to spin and throw, and that cost him. So Riggs gets himself a cheap single, and here comes Billy Myers now. So how long will Papish be allowed to stay in there and pitch? Billy Myers in the box. 2 hits, including a home run in the game. Papish from the set, a ball and a strike, and he works to Billy Myers. This one, a bouncer through the right side. This one, an inside-out swing for a base hit. Lou Riggs rounds second, and he will hold there. So Myers 3 for 4 with a double and a home run. And Joe Haynes now comes on. They've seen enough of Papish. So Haynes will face Harry Kraft with nobody out. So the Reds looking to bust it open here. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 8th. And 2 runs in. Haynes with a fastball, curve and a change, his first outing this year. And Harry Kraft in there, a walk and 3 trips. And corners are playing in for the bunt. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch to Kraft. Swing and bouncing ball up the middle. Michaels goes to his right, takes it in, and flicks it to Luke Appling and over to first. And Kraft beats the ball to the bag. Riggs will move to third. So 1 out. Kraft on in the fielder's choice, and here comes Junior Thompson. I don't expect him to hit for himself, though, and he will not. So Bert Haas will come on now. And a ball and a couple of strikes. Haynes delivers. Swung on. And this one chopped to third. Riggs going for home, and Riggs will come in to score. 6-2 now in favor of Cincinnati. Willie Cam makes the play, and he will throw out Haas at first. So 2 away now for Ethan Allen, who came on and as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game, playing right field. Infield pop back in the 7th. Ball and a strike on Ethan Allen. Haynes works home to him. Off-speed pitch. This one is ripped to left. Looks like if it's long enough, Reynolds sprinting back, but this one is over the wall. 2-run shot for Ethan Allen, his first dinger of the year. And Fat Lady has warmed up her pipes. It is 8-2 Cincinnati, but we'll go ahead and play it out. All right, here's Lonnie Fry. Singled his last time up. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Fry. And this one, a soaring pop fly drifting back is Luke Appling. And it's a good thing because Cam indicated he'd lost it. So that retires the side. Shortstop Eddie Miller, and pitching is Harry Gumbert. And we have a pinch hitter. Zeke Benora's day is done, and Eddie Robinson will come in now to bat. So it'll be Reynolds and Michaels here in the top of the 9th. And the Chicago White Sox have a lot of work to do. Cincinnati in double digits in hits. All right, Robinson, the lefty, stands in against Harry Gumbert. Fastball, curve, and change for Gumbert. First appearance in the season. And lefty Robinson in the box, average only 100. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, grounded right side. McCormick reaches to his right, hits the pitch recovering, and Gumbert steps on the bag for the out. So score that one 3-1. And here's Carl Reynolds batting with 1 down. Chicago just deep in the trenches now. And Bib Falk will actually come on now. Pinch hit. Bats from the left-hand side. Whoops. There we go. And here we go. Bib Falk is 3 for 9 this year. The pitch on the way, and strike 1. And boy, what a big breaking ball. And accidentally, I hit pitch mode, so we'll go back to batter mode. There we go. Gumbert on the rubber, and the 3-1 pitch. This one is line to left, base hit. So Chicago picking up hit number 6, but they got a long, long way to go. 1 down as Cass Michaels in the box now. 1 for 3, run batted in for Michaels. And that Thurman Tucker, after all that, Thurman Tucker will come in. We saw Thurman Tucker doing some heroics. Thurman Tucker, a member, I believe, Thurman Tucker played some ball with Cleveland. But I remember in a tournament that we did, Thurman Tucker, it was like a game-winning home run or something like that. Anyhow, here we go. 4 for 11 for Thurman Tucker on the season. Bibb Falk being held at first. Here is the pitch. Soft ground ball to the left of the mound, getting under the glove of Gumbert. So in one fell swoop, a possible double play turned into an infield hit, and Gumbert is not happy. All right, so 2 on, and here comes Mike Krivich, but even a home run isn't going to do much here. He doubled to left center back in the 7th. 1-2 pitch from Gumbert. Krivich goes with a pitch, placing a ground ball into the hole and into the right field for a single. Bibb Falk turns third. Thurman Tucker makes the turn at second, and Falk will hold at third. And the Chicago White Sox have loaded him up, and Joe Beggs will come on now to pitch and face Mike Tresh. So now a home run means a little bit more because it brings Chicago to within 2, and this has been a game of home runs. So nowhere for Joe Beggs to put Mike Tresh. Top of the 9th, Chicago trails 8-2, but they've got the bases jammed. 3-0 is the count. Joe Beggs deals, and Beggs has walked in a run. That pitch down and in, and the bases remained loaded, and it's 8-3 now. The White Sox definitely up to something here, and here's Joe Haynes. I don't think Haynes will be pitching or hitting for himself. And who's it going to be? Rip Radcliffe. Now there's a jolly looking fella, right? Bases sold out here. And 1-1 delivery. Jam shot to the right side. McCormick takes it on the green stuff and tags Radcliffe out of the baseline. Tucker scores for Chicago. Krivich goes to third. And Tresh moves on to second. So the base is no longer loaded, 2 in scoring position, and Chicago now cuts the lead in half. It's 8-4, but 2 outs, and we're back at the top of the order with leadoff man Willie Cam, who was 1 for 4 on the day. 2 balls, 1 strike on Willie Cam, and here is the delivery. And this one is bounced, or rolled, really, wide of the bag at first. McCormick with a tough flip to Beggs, who finds the bag ahead of Cam. That's your ball game. So not one of the more exciting ones here for Cincinnati. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors. And for the White Sox, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Let's save stats and save box score. And we are done with this one. So pretty fast stream here tonight. Let's get that done. There we go. As we are on our way out of Crosley Field in Cincinnati. And this one belongs to the Reds, says Parallel League. Absolutely. So, guys, thank you for coming in. I know these weren't marquee teams, but it's always fun to get some of these teams in here and playing them. And, again, I've been concentrating on there's 2 leagues per volume in this thing. So, really a lot of baseball to be played. This is still older baseball here. So we've got, we've got a Giants and Dodgers matchup. Let me see here the Cubs. The Cubs in Cleveland, that could be fun. We saw the Phillies last night. Phillies with 2 wins on 2 different channels last night. We got Pirates and Giants, and Cardinals and Giants, 2 different Pirate teams. So again, for those that don't know, and I will show you kind of what this one is all about. So if we go to view roster, so what they've done with this, and again, this is just volume 1. You can see this long list of teams. So rather than this being just a sort of, and nothing wrong with them, but a regular all-time greats type of league or leagues or what have you, each franchise is represented 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 times. So here we can see we have 3 versions of the Chicago White Sox going, in different eras. We got 3 Cubbies teams. Let's look at a couple Cubs teams. Let's look at this Chicago N3. because I have no idea who that is or who's going to be on that team. So a little easier to see lineups and stuff like that. Usually, I'm just trying to look for some. Again, these font sizes are awful. They are awful, awful, awful. Let's look at our depth chart here and see who we can see. There's Roy. I got to do something about these fonts. Because what's the point if I can't see them? You guys can't see them. I'm just trying to get a sense of what era this particular. There's Andy Pafko, Billy Williams. All right, so there's a couple good names. There's Jim Hickman. It's Hank Borowy there. I see him. So anyhow, you get the idea here that it splits everything up into. Maybe I could just look at the. Even the pitching's not telling me. Yeah. Okay, so we have Cardwell, Borowy, Schmitz, Dubiel, and Ellsworth. So if you're a Cubs fan, you probably know what era this particular Cubs squad is in. Let me see if we turn off reserves here. Does that make things a little easier? Yeah, so for pitchers, we've got Abernathy, Borowy, Cardwell, Bob Chapman. Who else do we have here? There's Dick Ellsworth, Don Elston, Rich Nye, Phil Reagan. And then, let me see, for lineups, since we don't have the reserves. There we go. We got Ernie Banks, Dick Bartell. Who else? I thought that was Wally Moon. That's not. I was going to say he never played for them. There's Ron Santo, Andy Pafko. Roy Smalley Sr. So anyhow, fun. It's really a fun league because I'm finding players that I probably would have never known about, and this is a big file. So this is just volume 1. These are all the teams that are included with it, and all their here's all the ballparks, lots and lots and lots. It's a great product, and then the players. Just an absolutely huge file, and you can see that there's some players that aren't on any team, so there's probably enough here to draft even more teams if we wanted to. And that's volume 1, and then volume 2, you guys are going to know a lot more. But that's going to be for another night. I hate to end with a screen gray like this. So we're just going to change the active database, and we'll go to more modern baseball. So maybe another night we'll do some modern baseball. Let's just see what might be up here. So now we're into this is 1968 and after this volume, and again comes with 2 different leagues. So fun stuff there. Even have a game in progress right now. Cubs and Reds. Don't know where that one is in progress, but yeah. So I guess that's it. Slow night here in old YouTube land on a Monday. I hope everybody had a little bit of fun, and those of you catching it later on. Again, I'm gratified. A lot of people in the comments have been talking. They're loving that we're doing a lot of Diamond Mine baseball on here right now. So there we go. So until the next time, I want to thank Parallel League for coming in to Cubs da Bears. The heart and soul of this channel, Cousin Ken Castro, Nathaniel Advocate 8 Nate was here. Philip Reynolds was here. Samuel Smith trying to spend some more of my money. And Philip Reynolds was the first one at Crosley Field tonight. So until the next time I see you guys, we'll see you around the batting cage. Take care, Nathaniel. All right. Good night, everybody.